is good, everybody? It's BBKDRAGOON. I'm coming at you today. This is a different commentary. It's a IRL focused thing. I'm going to be talking about me and just sort of some abstract concepts. So a little bit of a break from post E3 stuff. There's really E3 is great, but I don't know about you. I'm fatigued of like my reception, my reaction, my feedback. Like it's awesome, but at the same time too, it doesn't feel like it leaves room for the viewer to have their own opinion. You know what I mean? It's just plastered everywhere. So today, I wrote down some notes here, and the main theme of this talk is sometimes tough situations can be the key motivators for us making really positive choices for ourselves. I don't talk about myself too terribly much on the channel. When I first started, like when YouTube was early days, that's all pretty much people were doing on the gaming spheres. They were really not talking as much about the game as they were real life situations, trying to relate advice, or maybe just even kind of venting through the platform. And it's definitely gone to the wayside in the last few years. I think maybe streaming has probably filled that space, that more intimate space. And YouTube's turned more into like the guides and the highlights and that kind of stuff. So what I mean by tough situations being the catalysts for us making positive choices. I have had an interesting year. 2018 has been a year of both ups and downs. I'm super blessed. The fact that I have a job, I have an apartment, I have food to eat, I have a YouTube channel, I get to talk to you guys, the fact that I have friends I can play games with, it's just, I am overwhelmingly appreciative of the stuff that's going on in life. But that doesn't mean that there aren't still roadblocks and bumps on the road. And this year has been interesting for me because right now I'm struggling with like a sense of personal identity. Like who is Dragoon? What does Dragoon enjoy? That kind of stuff. And right now there's a lot of life circumstances coming together at once. Like, you know the phrase, when it rains, it pours? How many of you know that time in your life where like, when that one thing went bad, it seems like 15 other things went bad all at the exact same time? Right now, I'm having some, tougher things going on in the real life with relationship stuff. Nothing crazy, like, but just challenges and things that can definitely be, cause us to be self-reflexive. On top of that, there's some weird stuff going on with work where, again, I love my job, I appreciate it, but there are not results happening that I really hope would be happening. Like projects I'm pouring heart and effort into that aren't yielding kind of the results that I hope they would. And then on top of it, I'll be totally blunt with you guys. This happens kind of regularly in the summers, but I'm not really enjoying gaming as much as I usually do. Right now, it just seems very bland for me. I'm not saying like in general I'm totally like out of it, but there's just nothing that's really, no game that I can sink into where I'm like, wow, where'd the time go? It's just becoming a thing that I'm maybe like burning out just slightly on, not totally. I mean, and then on top of all of that, how many of you guys have outlets in your life where you can go and do something like exercise? For a lot of people is one of those outlets, or going to the bar with your buddies on the evening kind of a deal. Or if you're under that age, like going out and seeing a movie with your buddies or whatever it might be. Okay. My main outlet is mountain biking in the summer, and because of just crazy circumstances, everything is closed and there's no ability to ride. It's never happened in my whole life, but like I cannot go out and do what I enjoy doing. And so all of these things have essentially compacted themselves into a little 3-week time period here. And has left me like, whoa, what's going on? To the point where that loss of identity is amplified by the fact I'm like, I'm not really enjoying the outlets that I usually enjoy right now. It seems like life is sort of crawling along. It doesn't feel like anything big or substantial is happening. And you've just got one thing stacking on top of the other. Got a flat tire the other day. On like, after 2 days of no sleep, it's like, oh, of course the car tire would go flat. But thankfully the spare was ready to rock and roll. But this reminds me a lot of when I was in college. Now, I've been out of college for like 4 or 5 years now, working full time. And during college, extremely hard times. I've talked about it here and there on the channel. I've never done like a full deep dive on it, and maybe I should at some point, but it was easily hardest point in my life. Extremely difficult to get through a program I wasn't super enjoying. I was working part-time and there was like no sleep. Like on campus, 8 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. No joke. Go to bed, rinse, repeat. And after 3 years of doing that and you're on like 4 hours of sleep a day, it drives a person's mental state to a bad spot. What I remember back then and what I'm trying to remember right now is when we get these grinders of a situation, and I know every single one of you watching has had points in your life that are really hard, because it's life, man. That's just life. When you get to those situations, try to make some changes. Try to make some positive adaptations to your situation. For me, what those adaptations are I'm just starting to figure out. I'm just starting to like learn through them. Hey, this hobby is not like yielding a whole lot. Maybe it's time to go learn a new hobby. Or hey, maybe your community isn't big enough. It might be time to put yourself out there and look for a different set of people to hang out with, or maybe find a new buddy to go do that new hobby with, whatever that might be. Setting new goals, switching things up. Probably one of the worst things I think you could do when you start getting in one of those ruts and those tough situations is happening is just continuing to do the same stuff day in, day out, and expecting a different result. If life sort of feels like the color is being sucked out of it and it's just starting to be mundane, gray to gray kind of a deal, I'm thinking, and maybe I'm wrong, I'm not super old, but forcing yourself to do something new or forcing change might be the smartest choice you could possibly do. As always, like in gaming, I think you guys know you can build an incredible community of buddies to play games with. Especially right now with all the coverage going on about the mental health disorder side of like gaming, like, yeah, there is an addiction element for some people, but like for most of us, we realize what a positive and cool outlet gaming can be. A great way to talk with friends online, coordination, a sense of that community, but you also need that real life community. You need homies and friends in the real life that you can go do stuff with. And then on top of it, dude, you need a way to blow off stress. And if games are that way for you, that's awesome. For me, it used to be that way. Right now, it doesn't feel that way. It feels like games stress me out a little bit more. And I'm going to be out there looking for some different things, to make some changes, okay? I don't know where you're at listening to this commentary. Maybe you're in an awesome point at life and this thing didn't make any sense, or maybe you're going through a rut right now. Just know, dude, or lady, there are people out there that care for you. And there's one constant in life, one thing you can totally guarantee, and that is change. Nothing lasts forever. Life is always throwing U-turns and curveballs your way. But if you're in one of these tough situations, maybe look at it from a different angle as an awesome opportunity to make some positive choices or changes or just modifications to your day-to-day stuff, the way you're going about your business. I don't know. Sorry, it's super abstract. And this one I just wanted to kind of get off my chest. I'll keep filling you guys in on the progress of it. And like I said, this year has been totally mixed of super high highs and some low lows. And from a YouTube perspective, I can't thank you guys enough. You continue to watch the channel, it grows, and you've allowed me to create content on a wide variety of stuff. And for that, I'm really, really grateful. But along with that comes just struggles and challenges that I'm still trying to figure out as I get deeper into my late 20s. Dragoon's getting old. So thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed, you can thumbs the video up. Honestly, I'd love to read what you guys have to say or think about this, and I encourage other viewers to do the same. One thing I've definitely noticed over the years with YouTube is we're all people, and we go through so many of the similar struggles. A lot of times what you think might be a situation just you and you alone are going through, you may find out a lot of other people are having struggles just like you and can help. All right, thanks for watching. Hope you guys have a great day. I'll check in with you again very soon.